Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you some OSL action this time from. Do they have a sponsor? I think it's called My Star League, or maybe that was just for the like Pro-Am preliminaries. I don't know. Either way, for the OSL this season. And I'm going to be bringing you Group C, and this is actually probably going to be the only group I cast. Maybe another one if something catches my eye or something, but I think this will be the only group I cast. Generally, Nuke the Stars casts all of them. However, this group contains Jangbi, so therefore I will tread on his toes a little bit because it's Jangbi. Unfortunately, this first game is not going to be said great player. It is going to be Shuttle versus Shine, two of the other players in this group, and the fourth player is S2. So Jamie's going to be playing S2 in the first game. And the way these things work, in case you're not familiar, I think most people nowadays that watch games on YouTube are familiar with this, but just in case, you have 4 players and 2 initial games. The winners play each other. The winners of those first 2 games play each other, and the winner of that advances. Then the losers play each other, and basically it's a first person to win too. Basically, winners play winners, and the winner advance. Loser plays loser. Loser goes away, and then the 2 people left play, and the winner of that game gets to advance. So 2 wins gets you out of this group, so 50% of the players will leave, and then they'll get joined into another group stage. I think it becomes like the round of 36 at that point or something. OSL's weird. They seed people based upon how they did last season. So like there's the top 4 people get to like skip this part. The next 12 people that got to the round of 36 last time are here now, only they didn't have to go through prelims, and then if you were here, then you still have to go through prelims, and yeah, it's weird. In any case, but this is going to be Shuttle and Shine. Let's give up. Who cares about the technical politics of it? Let's just check out the game. This is what you guys are all really here for, and that is a gateway, not a forge right now from Shuttle. So this is a odd play right off the bat. So maybe we'll even see a second gateway, and this will be kind of an all-in by him to try and take advantage of his Zerg opponent. Unfortunately, his Zerg opponent is going for a pool first build, and that is not really going to lend itself to a great Zealot harassment with that. And I think that's actually a 9 pool even. So not only is it a pool first, it's a 9 pool. So that gateway first is actually going to backfire on him, because it's just realistically difficult to impossible for him to get Zealots in there ahead of the Zerglings enough. And at the same time, now he's lost the time that he would. Like right now, he would just be putting down 2 cannons right now and then be setting up for Nexus. Well, now he's got to build more Zealots. He might even have to pull some probes off the line, something like that, in order to defend against a potential Ling run-by, and it's going to delay his Nexus. So this actually ends up hurting Shuttle pretty significantly, in my opinion. Although he is getting the scout out that it's not 6 Zerglings popping out, but still, it still is a complicated position for Shuttle. His base is going to be much later, and I am 100% positive that he was expecting Shine to go for a 12 hatch, which honestly is not a really smart thing to expect out of Shine. Shine is known as being, what do they call him, the 5-minute Bonjour. He is a pretty cheesy player, especially in ZVP. It did get better, it was getting better, but overall in ZVP, he tends to go for a lot of early game builds. That's what he does, and I'm surprised that Shuttle kind of formed a plan based on him going for a 12 hatch. It's kind of counterintuitive, but he did, and now he's going to have to pay the price for it. He's throwing up a forge right now as well. This Zealot for Shuttle actually going towards. I mean, this is the first hatchery that was thrown up, but it's really the third base. For the third base, and there's no probes there, so nothing that Zealot can really kill. However, he can hide in the little corner there, and the only thing that can hit him is 1 Zergling at a time, maybe 2. I don't think that's wide enough for 2. I think it's just going to be 1 Zergling flowing in there at a time, and basically you have to set in the Zerglings there to stop it. Otherwise, later on in the game, at some point, it's just going to pop out and start popping drones back and forth. So you don't want to give that opportunity for him either. So at some point but if he's going to populate that mineral line, he's going to have to produce a bunch of Zerglings and just to kind of funnel them in there to pick off that Zealot. It's just too dangerous to let it sit there, unfortunately enough. And a couple more Zealots for Shuttle have been produced wandering around the map, and he's getting his gas as well. I assume that Nexus is up. Gotta be up by now. Otherwise it'd be kind of crazy. And it looks like actually 2 Zerglings can get through there and start popping at that Zealot. And that Zealot's getting 1 Zealot, 2 Zealots. Will it get a third? It will get a third Zealot. It will get a third Zergling, so that Zealot doing pretty good work there. And yeah, being a relative nuisance and forcing a lot of Zerglings to be built here. Look at all these Zerglings. 3 more Zealots for Shuttle. Now he's going for a nice little 3 Zealot push. Unfortunately, there are Zerglings. The Zerglings that were produced to get rid of that first Zealot are still around, so he's going to have to deal with these while at the same time trying to do some harassment. It looks like he's going to go for that third base once again and try and bust his way up that ramp and get into those little nooks and crannies of the mineral lines and just try and gain a really good spot here. It looks like he's actually going to stay on the ramp and just try and contain these Zerglings. So now these Zerglings can't actually aid the natural expansion. So it looks like this is actually a pretty cool theory, pretty cool worked out in Shuttle's mind. Now he's going to send a Zealot into the natural expansion, the actual natural expansion, and see if he can do some damage there. Unfortunately, there have been a lot more Zerglings produced. Shine just constantly producing Zerglings. The benefit to this, despite the fact that he's going to lose, these Zealots aren't doing a lot of damage, the benefit to this is that all of these larvae are being spent on Zerglings. They are not being spent on drones. They are not getting a lot of gas right now. So Shine is definitely does not have the economy that he would want to have. So this is not your normal PvZ game at all, with all these Zealot harassments, with all these Zerglings being produced. And these three Zealots killing a lot of Zerglings. Look like they're finally going to go down. Yes, they are, but it looks like they took down, look at all that blood, looks like they took out 10 Zerglings maybe. Took out a lot of Zerglings with those three Zealots, and with a pretty decent position despite the Zerglings coming from both sides. Made a lot of blood. We've got 2 assimilators up for Protoss right now, although the one at the natural only has 2 probes on it, I think. So you might want to look at putting another probe on there just so that way your timings aren't all messed up there. Getting a Citadel of Adun as well, going to get that speed going. Corsair on the way as well. And what else will he do? Will he make some Archons, get some High Templar tech going very, very quickly? And I haven't seen a layer yet. We do have a Hydra Den out for Shine morphing. So this could become a Hydra break, or one of the new, I guess one of the new builds is kind of go for fake Hydra break, but really use all those Hydras to allow yourself to take an easier fourth as your opponent builds too many cannons. I guess that's kind of the way to describe it. It's not naming it. That's obviously a ridiculously long name, but that's kind of how it works, kind of the theory behind it. That can happen as well. We do have a layer with the Spire, of course, as we saw those Scourge flying around. And Shuttle looks a little bit concerned right now. He does not look like he's a very happy camper. He's still only working off one gateway, which is pretty incredible. At this stage, this is something that Protoss tend to do these days, is just try and skimp on gateway production, play defensively, and then push out later on. And hopefully he's got that timing down. Most of them do, particularly guys like Bisu definitely has that timing down, knows when to push out, knows how long to sit on 1 or 2 gateways depending upon the build of their opponent. And that's really important that you react well to that sort of And we have a cannon coming up in the natural expansion as well for Shuttle to help defend against a possible Mutas coming in there, or even, say a Lurker drop or something that could be very, very annoying. Hydra is starting to be spawned for Shine, and we are starting to build up that Hydra force, and Shuttle's going to have to start getting some forces out. He's going to need to get some more gateways out. He's waiting really, really long right now. I hope he doesn't mistime this, and that DT is actually causing this attack to be slowed down a little bit. And that Overlord had sight of that. Wow, that Overlord had a long distance sight. That's a lot of sight range on that Overlord. Anyways, Shuttle, seeing the number of Hydras, knows what's coming, and now throwing out 4 cannons. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more cannons, so that'll be 6 total at his natural expansion. He's got a High Templar out. Don't think it has Storm yet. Unfortunately, those 4 back cannons not morphed in yet. Just the 2 right now, and he's got the a couple Zealots there as well to be a nuisance. And if Shine can bust in here before those back cannons warp in, he could end this game, but it looks like they are starting to warp in. 2 of them have warped in. A couple more look like they are about to. Unfortunately for Shuttle, it looks like he's going to lose his front gateway and Forge, which could put him behind on his upgrade timing if that Forge goes down, so he's got to watch out for that. And the Hydra's now coming in here, looking to just take down the cannon. They're going to pick off 1, going for the second, going to pick off the second, looking for the third, and backing off. There's only 5 remaining, and the probes were coming off the line, so he's forced to back off for now. But Shine looks like he's going to continue with it, not setting up for a 4th base, still producing more Hydras, and Shuttle continue to produce Corsairs. This is bad by Shuttle. If he's going to produce Corsairs, he needs to go kill some Overlords right now. This is really, really important that he goes and starts picking off Overlords and stopping the Hydra's production some level right now. He can't just sit back and let this happen. He only has 3 cannons, and the 1 cannon goes down. That second cannon goes down. Only 1 cannon left. A few more morphing in, but this is really bad for Shuttle. He needs to get those Corsairs out. Needs to stop this Hydralist production badly, and he's just constantly warping in cannons right now. Finally, the Corsairs are out, looking to pick off Overlords. They're going to get 1 out in the open. Need to pick off a clump. He needs to get these. No, where is he going to? He is running away, losing a couple Corsairs. 1 to a Hydras and another do a couple Scourge, but now he's just in pure turtle mode. Look at this, all it is cannon, and a good storm coming off. All these Hydras are very, very damaged. Probe's looking to try and buy some more time for cannons, and it looks like they are able to do so, but these are so many cannons being built up. And where are the gateway units? Does he have more gateways? Where are they? He needs more units. Shuttle needs more units. This is very, very bad for him, and he forced to cancel another one of those cannons as it was warping in, and all these probes up the line not mining right now. So this attack right now for Shine, while it hasn't won, it's doing a very good job. He's killed off one of the Nexuses, killed off a gateway, or a Forge killed a gateway. It looks like they're I don't know where the gateways are for Shuttle. He needs gateways right now. He really, really needs them. He needs to get some forces out here. Otherwise, he's just going to be playing cannon defense, and that does not work forever. That just can't work forever. You need to get some TTs out. You need to get some High Templars. You need to have 4 gateways so you can start pumping out a ton of speed lots. And once you get that big clump of speed lots, you can just force those Hydras back and really punish them if they try to engage your cannon. So I hope he's getting some gateways behind this. I only saw the one behind, but I'm hoping that there's more. And it looks like he's trying to pick off that front Overlord to make a gap for maybe a DT defense right now. He's got to be careful because there are Scourge around as well. He's got a couple High Templar, so maybe if he can dart forward, maybe even just sacrifice a High Templar to get a really good storm off. That is it is a viable opportunity right now. And still more Corsairs. Look at all those Corsairs. He's continuing with this Corsair build. And this one's actually going to go pretty well as he picks off a lot of the Scourge right off the bat. And he's going to be able to look at some more Overlords. And some more Scourge coming in here. And he wasn't A-walking, so he was just direct attacking that Overlord, so he actually missed an opportunity that he probably could have picked off all of the Scourge with his Corsairs. Unfortunately, he's forced to back off, and he's still building more Corsairs. And here we go. Now we're getting the gateways going. Now we're getting up to 4 gateways, 4 more warping in, so we're going to be up to 8 gateways pretty soon. So now Shuttle looking like he might actually be able to start building a ground army to compete with Shine. Shine's still not looking for a 4th base. Shocks, and he is getting more hatcheries, is getting more droned up, so that is something he is going to work on his eco right now. So his eco is looking better than it did at the beginning of this assault. Unfortunately, he still doesn't have that 4th base, doesn't have that 4th gas that Zerg so desperately wants. And I haven't seen the Evo chambers either, so if... Oh, okay, never mind. There's 1 Evo chamber, so if there is a +2 weapons upgrade in store for Protoss pretty soon for Shuttle, that could end up being pretty bad for Shine, actually. These +1 Corsairs still wandering around the map, still looking for more Overlords, and seeing that there's like no Overlords at home, and he's got to be like, alright, I wish I'd gotten a Shuttle right now so I could drop DTs around. Unfortunately, not going, doesn't have, I don't even think I've seen a robotics facility. He should have one soon though. He needs to prepare for a possible lurker transition from all these Hydras. He is starting to get some Dragoons out, and I don't know what's going on with the AI there. I don't know why they're coming back home. There's the robotics facility inside the natural expansion. A couple more Evo chambers. So he's going to be working on all 3 upgrades, Shine, with 3 Evo chambers. And Shuttle, once again, looks like this time it looks like he might actually pick off a couple of Overlords. He's got 1, he got 2. There he goes. And he, almost got that Corsair out. Unfortunately, it does fall. And Shine looks like he's finally going to back off the natural expansion of Shuttle, and Shuttle may actually end up having to blow up a couple of these cannons in order to get Dragoons out. He's starting to build up a Dragoon count, and I don't know if he can get them out of his natural expansion right now. We do have a lurker transition coming in for Shine as well, so Shuttle's going to have to definitely get some observers out. He does have that robotics facility, so I think he'll be right on top of this. And as long as that Forge keeps spinning, he'll be in decent shape in terms of the upgrades. Shine looks like he's going to go to Hive just on these 3 bases. Generally, Zerg players want to go with 4, but without a natural expansion to take in this game, without another natural and another main to take, it's not always very safe to take a 4th base. So instead, he's just going to sit here on 3, going to tech up to Hive, get a lot of lurkers out. This is a lot of lurkers. We're going to get to about a control group of lurkers now. It looks like he's starting to split them up, looking to play a little bit more defensively with his lurkers here. And Shuttle, on the other side, is looking to take a 3rd base at well, I guess that would be the normal 3rd base to take, and that will get him his 3rd gas. As we head into the later stages of this game, he's going to need that 3rd gas to pump up some Reavers, make sure he's got his High Templar count going. And this is a very Dragoon-heavy force. It's basically pure Dragoon and High Templar, and actually this works very well against lurkers. Dragoon High Templar works very well. I mean, Zealots actually work pretty well against lurkers when they're kind of spread out and they can like get a nice surround on them and things like that. But generally speaking, you do want Dragoon and High Templar. when you get in here. And Corsairs just going throughout the bases of Shine, seeing no overlords, just absolutely no overlords. And the Scourge for Shine have been pretty ineffective this game, so that's another thing to watch out for. If a Shuttle gets produced, this could be pretty dangerous, pretty effective for Shuttle. And Storm going off here on one of the Lurkers. Does he have Observer? Yes, he does have Observers, but I think it might get picked off here by the... Oh, actually, Storms actually pick off the Scourge. That was awesome. The Storms actually picked off the Scourge. He actually almost picked off his own Observer with his Storms as well. But more units flowing in here for both players now that we see the Zell reinforcements coming in here. And I thought that there was still an Observer around. Yes, there is still an Observer. He just stormed his own Observer. I hope he has another one. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Shuttle. Oh no, he's got another one. I was going to say, Shuttle, are you kidding me? You're going to stop your own attack with your own Storm? That'd be so bad. But he does bring in the other Shuttle. And here come the Corsairs to push back these Overlords. And they're going to do a great job of doing that, provided that there aren't any more Scourge coming in here. By the time they fall, he'll be in great shape to eliminate the rest of this Lurker group. And actually, it looks like, did Hydros pick it off? Did Hydros come in here and pick off that Observer? I think they may have. I think the Hydros may have focused down that Observer. And it actually took Shuttle a little while to realize it, because he was expecting to see Scourge pick it off, not Hydros. So he's going to lose a few Dragoons there due to that surprise. However, he is kept most of his army alive, Shuttle has, so he will be able to continue the attack and has not left himself open for a big counter quite yet. He's also sent some Zealots around from the other side, so that's going to start batting at the reinforcement route of Shine, as well as putting pressure on the mineral lines of Shine on both sides right there. Look at that squad of Zealots. That is just a very dangerous squad of Zealots should they get into a mineral line, so he's got to be very, very careful. Shine and Shuttle actually going to go for a hatchery here, and Shine GG's doesn't even have anything left to fight. Shine GG's Shuttle wins his first game here on New Bloody Ridge, defeating Shine. So Shuttle's going to advance into the winners game to play the winner of Jangbi and S2, and so Jangbi and S2 will be coming up next, and it will also be on New Bloody Ridge. I will see you guys all there. Shuttle playing a very, very good game. Scared me at times, but played a very good game, and he is going to advance into the winners game. I'll see you guys all in the next match.